Mercy. That into there. Nice. Looks good. Let's connect you up here. You up here. Boom. There. Switch. Free floating. I think that's good. Let's see a little. Nice. Not on. Still on. Okay. Oh, yes. I like the power. Great. Scrap. Okay. One moment. How do I want to do that? I see. Why did they do it this way? I guess I can do some. This is gonna be jank. Kind of want to use. Actually, this might be perfect for you. Do hard estimate. Down. I think that's the build right there. And boom. Let's see how this holds, but anyway, let's hook up. Oh my, it works. I definitely need to stiffen up the suspension a little. Man, it needs to be way stiffer, huh? Surely there's a bot I can kill. Not as bad. That's much better. Two. That's jacked up from that. Stop by this place on the way back. Oh, of course, that's where is it? You guys are very surprising now. Oh. But yeah, what else? That's an interesting one. To know. So, my father used to run a landscaping company, and now I do. So, oh, he didn't want that. Recently been learning how to do everything business-wise. I think talking to people, all that fun jazz. Talking to people is not the most enjoyable. People want something but don't want to pay the price for it. As usual, don't we all? Same thing with games, everything. So anyway, I quoted a wall for a lady, a big retaining wall. And I did a whole estimate for her thing. And looking back now, I should have done for way more. But you can only tell things so easily. Yeah, you can read people, but only so good. Ooh, metal block one. So anyway, this lady, I was building a 270-foot retaining wall. So pretty massive, actually. And so that's what I was working on for her, because she was having drainage problems with the city and hadn't repaired her swells in forever, and so now I not need that battery. So now it was way overdone, and water was flooding into her yard. She needed something to protect herself. So I built a retaining wall to keep the water out, and sort of directed down that swell even more. Well, we had done mortar and everything for it, and so we mortared, about a 5-tier wall in some points, a 4-tier wall in other points. And so we mortared it all the way down, and kept it straight, kept line levels, and I had asked her beforehand what she wanted to do for foundation. Whether she wanted a footer, or I said I can put paver base and put concrete. Do paver base and concrete, and create a little bit of a layered setup. So that's what we decided upon, and then she had said she was worried about tipping, so I said, well, I'll put pillars in, where I put 4-inch pillars into the paver base with 2-inch coming up into the retaining wall into the core. And so we did that to let it be able to shift, but not necessarily fall down in case stuff happened. And so that turned out well. Well, I told her, hey, Nane, with summer and everything coming, Nane, you probably should have me do this in a different time of the year. If I do it now, Nane, the water and the rain's gonna stop me when I finally get to mortaring and doing stuff, because, well, mortar can't handle mortar, Nane, just doesn't set in the rain. And she's like, oh yeah, that's fine. No rush. I said, well, it might take a month or more, just because we're getting right into our peak raining season, and it'll be raining almost every couple of days. Well, lo and behold, I'm there for about a month, maybe a little bit more, and now she's starting to get angry at me. Why didn't you tell me it was gonna be this long? Blah blah blah. I'm like, lady, I told you from the beginning. I warned you. I said to do it at a different time. Then I will get it done. And then she's like, well, can your guys and you work overtime? I'm like, sure. I said, but it'll cost double for my guys to work. I said they're not paid free. And I said, I'm not going to ask them to work extra hours if they're not being paid double for it. And she's like, okay, that sounds good, that sounds good. Well, guess what? That wasn't good. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. Nay, don't worry about it. Nay, that's too much money. Nay, we don't have that kind of money to spend. Okay, sounds great. Nay, thanks for letting me know. Then she tells me the next day, hey, why aren't you and your guys working overtime? I'm like, lady, we just talked. And you just said you were not going to pay us overtime to work overtime. So why would I come and work overtime for free? As I don't do hourly, I do based off a quote. I said work for free, hourly, overtime. I said, no, there's no reason I go and do that. And so she got so pissed off that whatever. And at the end, because I had been there for forever, what was I doing? Oh, suspension. Nice. Is this faster? I don't know. So anyway, she got so pissed off toward the end and blah blah blah, and then finally we finished the wall and it looked great. It looked really good. And so anyway, the lady's like, looks good, blah blah blah. And then, oh, I forgot to mention that her husband came out one time, and my one guy, he came out and he's like, I know this is hard, blah blah blah, but I need you to do more. Name, I understand business, blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah, and I just need you to put your actual time and effort into all of this. Name, I know you're getting other jobs and doing it. I said, yeah, because it's taking long, and the days that are wet, I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? Well, I just wanted to come out and talk to you. And then he said to my guys, everything will be alright, guys. No need to worry. Then he put a hand on my other guy's shoulder. My guy never came back to that job after that day. He was ready to throw hands with that guy, because he was acting like such a rude individual. He wasn't going to pay us anything more. He was telling us to get it done, and that I should stop paying my guys through other small jobs while I did his job, because I was having to do a lot of jobs in between while it was raining. Because guess what? I wasn't going to sit there while it was raining and just sit there and wait if the whole day forecasted rain. And so anyway, he's like, don't worry, I'll give you a lot at the end. Yeah, you want to hear what they gave me a lot at the end. So the whole job was like, oh, I don't know, I forget now. But anyway, they asked in the end for money off for the time I spent there. Me being stupid, I was like, sure, whatever. I just wanted to get done with the job, get my money, and leave. And then they proceeded, I said, okay, you can have 1,000 off the job. And then they proceeded to say, no, they proceeded then to take the 1,000 off of the job and then give me $1,000 tip. I don't know how that sounds to you, but to me it was pretty condescending at the time. And pretty messed up in a lot of ways. It's like somebody saying, well, I want this cheaper because you guys took too long and it was never told. To then proceed to say, you guys did such a good job. Here's the money back that I just had you take off of your estimate. I was so pissed when I left. But I didn't say a word, and I just went about my day. Oh, and then then let me tell you about another idiot. This one was more recent. So, lady, I had a contract, and I signed it out with her. Well, me being the idiot that I am, signed it and forgot to take a picture of it. So I let her keep the copy. Yeah, yell at me. I know. It's stupid. But anyway, I let her keep the contract. So, guess what? I did the job at the start, and I'm saying, how does this look? And I got half down, and I'm like, how does this look? She's like, looks great. And, she's like, just make sure it looks like the picture. I said, you got it. I'm gonna make sure of that. And, I'm like, don't worry, I'll make sure that it looks exactly like the picture. And then I said, well, the stones that you have in your picture, I said, you probably want to get them from Home Depot or Lowe's. Those are stepping stones. She's like, well, I like the look of flagstone. I'm like, okay. I said, well, flagstone. Oh. I said flagstone is going to be a lot more jagged, a lot more of a natural look. I said, are you sure you want that? They're a little bit more uneven and not the best to walk on. And she was like, yeah, that's what I want. I said, okay. So I went and got flagstone. We went and picked out colors. We screwed with all that. She's like, oh, it looks great. I set down the flagstone. I'm like, how does it look? She's like, it looks good. I said, I'm glad. So then I said, I'm going to get you bigger rock rather than smaller like you have in your picture. I said, the reason I'm doing this is because if you get pea gravel, if you ever try to blow it off, it's going to blow all over your grass and it'll be such a pain to clean up. She's like, okay, that sounds great. Thank you for telling me. And so I proceed through the job. I'm about halfway done. I'm like, how does it look? What do you feel about it? Do you like this? She's like, yeah, it looks great. I'm liking the feel of all of it. I'm like, great. I keep asking her, keep telling her. I'm about 3/4 of it. How does it look? Looks great. Now I'm about 90% through. All I'm doing is grabbing the plants. And I say to her, I tell my employee, I said, hey, tell her when I get back, that we'll square up the other half of the money, and we'll be done. And so, lo and behold, she tells her that. She screams and yells at him and says, this looks nothing like my picture. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like you've betrayed my trust and you've taken advantage of me. I said, what? How have I betrayed your trust or taken advantage of you? I'd let you know the whole way through. Yeah, but it's not the same. It didn't turn out exactly like the picture. I said, well, first of all, it's AI generated. And I said, I worked you through each process the whole way through. And I said, I'd let you know of each step we were taking. Oh my. So, anyway, she ripped up the contract, so I had no proof that I did the job. Oh, what an irritating situation of events, I will say. And so, yeah, I came back and somebody went in and they didn't tear up any of my flagstone. They just took out some of the rock and put in smaller rock on top. Wow. Oh man, I was still living. Anyway. How much is it per engine? Close enough. Need 2 more crude oil, 4 more Quantica. Oh wow, there's my crude oil. So now I need 4 more component kits. Oh no, not the rain, not my bit rate. Actually, this is not right now. Do I need me left? No, I got 21 minutes. So yeah, pretty irritating stuff. Nice. I will come help you one day. Not today, it's the day. Oh wow, it's already $7. Well. Nice. Metal. Wow, that's not oh, actually. That's I can buy the road. That sounds like it. Netting is better. I got the component that I needed. I was hoping to get to the car. Wow. Speak of the death. I need 1. Wow, I've never seen a component. There. I don't need an extra tomato soup. Nice. Like these. Keep that style going. Alright, 1 more cotton, please. 2 actually. 1, 2, any is I will be happy. white things for? Cotton. Nope, nope. Cotton. Switch. Metal. Sand. Switch is nice. Cryptor holder, huh? I don't like everything. Except this, I guess we can find that. Aw, you're kidding me. One more cotton. One more cotton is what you're killing me of. Alright. I'm going to go loot that structure right there. Cotton. Cotton, please. 9 components now, it's wild. I think once I get a seat and an engine, we'll end off this video. I know you get it off the first quest. I do fertilizer farm though. Metal block 1 is never not appreciated. Oh wow, okay. What? This, I guess. Whoa! You never. Good job, buddy. Come on, cotton, please. Why I didn't jump there? Don't ask me, ask my... Ooh, my... What are these component crates? Wow. These encryptor holders? They aren't holders. I don't know, what does encryptor do? I think it's supposed to block wires going forward, isn't it? Those are warehouse. Nice, more clarity. I need cotton. One more cotton. Dag nabbit you. Do I want to crawl all the way up there? This doesn't have time. No, I'm definitely calling my lawyer. Okay. Wow. Alright. That's nutty right there. Anyway, what a way to go. Let's go. We even get probably an upgrade on the engine on these, which would be nice. Very nice. Sorry if the rain ruins your guys' experience. Tell me and I'll try to keep more of stuff out of the rain. Don't really mind the rain, I actually enjoy it, but I know not everybody does, so just let me know. How far did I just run? I really give it up this early on. Oh wow, I did. That's hilarious. Oh wow. That's when you know your vehicle's really good. Boom. Alright. What an interesting. Can I make this like 10? Nice. Love to paint that different color. So this means too, I see a little bit of this, and of this, and of this, and of this, and of this. Kind of feel suspension on the back. Man, it is getting really bad. Let me complete this episode by getting some suspension on the back really quick. Which means I just need one more crude oil. There's the girl now. Drill bots, I hope. Those are some nasty buggers, that's for sure. Got 2 Nice. Let me lay him on my vehicle and bring him back. Come on. What a cute little bug. No, no. Why did I put that here? Didn't think. There, boom. Boom. You are going right up here, buddy. We'll protect you with some scrap. Boom. Alright. Stay safe, buddy. Let's grab those suspensions. So, 2 sports. And then... Well, this is where we'll leave off. This is fun. This was fun indeed. Alright. Wait, what? Oh, did I? Didn't do it the right way. That's it. Suspension. Then I will leave. Sorry. There we go. Rider, so of course, the line. Oh, I love it. Now it really feels like going. Let's see. Oh. Good quality. I do bottom out. No, that's what let's try climb. Let's try just going over there. Works good enough. Well, goodbye. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Anyway, goodbye. That was fun. Adios. See you next time in the world of... No. See you next time.